Okay, here we go. Hello. I'm like, this is Doubtfire. I was going, hello. Hi, this is the GHB Spotlight and Recap here on JLJ Media, your number one show on the network. I'm James Lott Jr. Of course, here we go. Shut up, James. There you go. Of course, and we're not alone. I have Frank Moran. Hello, Frank.
Hey, everybody. Look at that. It's Sunday and we're talking GH. What a better way. Can't think of a better way to end the day. Yeah, it's impossible.
Also, and it's daylight savings time, which I was telling Frank, it always messes me up.
Get that extra hour of sleep, guys.
I didn't get it. I stayed extra hour awake. It was a dumb decision, Frank. I don't know why I did that. And now I'm coming down for the coffee. But folks, we're here because all day today, I've been talking soaps. It's Soap Sunday. Earlier today, Y&R, me, and Amanda Russ talked about The Young and the Restless, and that's out now. Go ahead and figure that out, video and audio. Then Amanda Russ and I talked about Bold and the Beautiful and all the craziness happening over there. So you can check out B&B Mini Spotlight. So that's there. Then I had a special interview, one-on-one with my friend Krista Allen, who played Billy Reed on Days. She was also on Final Destination. She was on 2.5 Men, Friends, Married with Children, all kinds of shows. Now she's playing Dr. Taylor Hayes on Bold and the Beautiful. Debuts December 10th. We talked to her about all of that and more. That's out now too, B&B Mini Spotlight with Krista Allen. So that's like a fun thing. And of course, Edition Days is on right now with my chocolate twin, Tony Moore, talking about the Marlena possession by the devil and all that happening over there on Days of Our Lives. So of course, you're watching us now. Afterwards, go check them out. They'll be up there on their thing. So let's see what you think about the possession. You're missing it, Frank. It's a whole, she's levitating eyes. It's crazy. Talking in tongues. It's wonderful.
That's phenomenal. I can only
and Deidre Hall's 74 years old. So there you go, kids. There you go.
I'm hoping that John Black gets shirtless to fight this devil.
I think he already is half shirtless already. I think it's already starting to happen already.
Doc.
Frank Hoganson.
Doc.
The doc. Hello, everybody coming in. It's all these men coming in here. Jason Jose, Johnny Hayden. Your women are coming soon, I'm sure, Frank. They're going to come in here. Oh, and GH updates Matt. No, Max updates GH is here. Famous.
All right.
Mother in the chat room. They finally made it. Hello. I will try to cuss very little for you.
Not a chance. Okay. Not a chance.
Yeah, I know. Frank can't promise anything, but I'm going to try to do my best. So anyway, so we get started. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of different things happen. There are a lot of different scenarios. The whole Grease thing apparently is over. Grease is not the word anymore. Now they're coming back home. Everybody's coming back home. And so almost everybody, right? But I want to mention the return of someone that just his little scenes make me want him back on the show. I know his mom. I'm just saying because of Max Upcheek, I'm just promoting him. Cyrus.
Yeah. Interesting. I am curious to see where this goes. I mean, certainly with taking away, the other families he was plotting with, for them, for the two heads get blown up. I don't know. I don't know what his power base is like. I mean, I know he's got, Sonny will supposedly owe him a favor if all that intel he gave him was good. But we'll see.
But I'm telling you, just those little scenes, I'm like, he's missing, or someone like him is missing on the canvas.
Yeah.
Like when he asked about Laura and his voice cracked a little bit, I was like, that's what I'm missing.
Yeah. Which it's like, but you put a hit out on her. So yeah, what's going on? What's going on with you?
But I still, excuse me. But I still just really, I'm thinking that, like you said, when they ended kind of that storyline with the other Peter kind of thing, it was like, now the town, and now those other guys are dead too, and then basically Joey Novak's been neutralized.
Yeah.
I'm curious what they're going to do, like what the plan is. I guess that black guy.
Yeah,
I'm just calling him the black guy. I think his name was Maurice or something. What was his name? Like some name he gave him. But I just know that I'm calling him the black guy who just kind of looks around everywhere. And Elizabeth, look, not history, Frank. She drew.
Yes, look at that. And now she's going to be leaving the hospital and becoming a sketch artist officially for the PCPD. She's
Maybe
playing that hurt.
maybe that'll help him catch some people. Jesus. But I thought nice nod to history. She's
Yeah.
an artist.
I mean, Cyrus, I mean, I don't foresee him getting a Sonny situation where he's going to get pardoned by the governor, for saving,
I don't know, Frank. Alex, you get a pardon and you get a pardon. Everybody's getting out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it was great to see Cyrus back, but I don't know. I can't foresee the show getting him out of prison. I don't know.
The guy from the closer. That's where he's from. Thank you, Johnny Hayden. I thought he looked familiar to me. Why that black guy? He's from the closer. I thought he was somebody. He's somebody. I don't know who he was. Curtis's maybe daddy. He's right, exactly. But Curtis didn't recognize him. So yeah, Cyrus is interesting. So Cyrus had intel on Joey, but I guess he didn't have him beat up. So so the black guy had him beat up, right?
Well, or the black guy beat him up.
Right. Remember, he was out. He was lurking around.
Yeah.
And you don't be messing with Curtis's club, I guess. I love when Carly stood up. When he was like, "What are you going to do?" She just was like, "Okay, big boss Carly, you gonna stand?" She stood up. I'm like, "Okay, bitch." She stood. I was like, "Okay," but then they got him out. But yeah, so I'm thinking it's him, right? I mean, but then who is he? What is he?
Yeah, I don't know. I know Elizabeth does that sketch, and it's a good likeness of him. But I mean, I know Curtis had said that he hadn't seen his dad since he was a kid. So I don't know. Would you still, if you saw a drawing of your father, 40 years later, would you recognize him?
Here's what's funny. James John Jr. actually has a real life story to share that happened last year.
Ooh, do tell.
Very brief. So I did DNA. I did the ancestry DNA. I found out I'm basically half white. Actually, it's kind of weird. Mostly Western European and French. But meanwhile, it told me I was related to some people. It matches you people and says, this could be your first cousin. This could be your aunt or uncle. And one said this could be your aunt or uncle. Turns out I found my mother and my uncle's sister. They never knew they had. So she said, I have a drawing from when I was a kid of my dad. Not a picture, a drawing. And she showed it to me. And I showed her a picture of the adults, my grandfather, her father. And it was a little similar, but it was so different. So to answer your question, maybe not. Because it was different enough where it was kind of like, is that the same? But then I looked at it closer and I could see that my grandfather's in that, he was younger. He was younger. I go, there's a drawing. So it's kind of like, okay, so when he said, he looks familiar to me a little bit. He didn't look familiar, but something about him was familiar. I had that last year. So I actually
all right. So it is possible. There you go.
Because you're so excited. Like Andy Gordon and I actually going to agree on something. That's a crazy thing. Depending on how young Curtis was, his father, as he died, he would recognize his father. It depends how young he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't see any pictures, around.
Right. And you're thinking that he's dead, so you're not expecting somebody 40 years later to be, it's like, oh yeah, it's my father, he's alive. It's only in Port Charles can you understand that as a baseline of anybody you love can always return from the dead.
Yeah, yes, of course. You know that, of course. Yeah. Or it could be on Stella's man. That's a possibility. Because he mentioned how much she gave up everything to take care of the kids. Remember Carly's a fighter. I was like, that's why Carly is scrappy. Hear about that? It's scrappy. But this black guy, I'm like, who is he? Like, who the F is he?
I feel like the Aunt Stella thing, without having her around, that really wouldn't be a big deal. So, I mean, I feel like it's got to be closer to Curtis than that.
Well, Frank, you know what the speculation is?
Oh, that she's really Curtis's.
Yes, and that's the father.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I don't want that to happen either.
Yeah.
They already have the other secret just sitting there with Portia.
Yeah. If both of those turn out to be the same case, that's just that family is bonkers then.
Yeah, exactly.
It's absolutely bonkers. It's too much. It's too much.
Frank, I agree with you. It is too much. Too much. So Joey got beat up, and he got beat up bad, and Sonny's back. You like that scene with Sonny telling Joey all about himself and what he gonna do?
I did like Joey's like henchman immediately hightailing it as soon as.
Oh, he did. He's like, what?
Oh, and then rolling down the blind when he rolls him back up to see
That was hilarious. The guy was sitting there. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess is that you see a little bit of the shades of Mike perhaps in terms of him keeping him alive and having him to just give up all the holdings and have to deal with his family about all that. It's like that's your punishment, Joe. You got to deal with your family for giving up all your holdings to me.
Yeah, I was like, okay, but it was the whole thing. It was old Sonny, basically, so to speak.
Yeah, but I feel like old Sonny would have killed him. He would have been gone. But I feel like new Sonny with a little bit of Mike in there goes this route instead. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. It's how much of Mike, your favorite character, is in Sonny.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe he starts wearing plaid shirts with the jacket. If he does that, just a good. Then I'll be like, there he is.
There he is. Oh, there he is. Yes, you're like, great. So yeah. So
I also like it if he just carried the cowboy hat around him with him, and he didn't wear it all the time, but anytime he did something kind of Mike-esque, he would just put the cowboy hat on. So at the end of Joey Novak's thing, he just kind of puts the hat on and just walks on out.
Yes. So oops. So yeah. So that's interesting because now I saw a preview for next week. Something like they were saying, Carly's like, "Are you missing being in charge or whatever?" Oh, Sonny back, bitches. Sonny back. But here's the part that made me, of course, kids. I had to hurl a little bit. When Carly and Sonny are talking, and Sam and Dante walk in holding hands.
Yeah, that whole sequence was just weird. Where it's just like, hey, we're giving you our approval. Like, why do we care? Why do we care? I don't care. Oh, it's just
you didn't, Frank? They were holding hands and and they were so cutesy. It was all cutesy.
Oh, it's just terrible. Oh, just awful. I can't stand any of that. It's just the worst. Between that scene and then the scene of Sam going to tell Curtis what's up, and then just having the conversation with Portia about that. Just like, okay, whatever, Sam. Just go. Just move on. Just move on.
Yes, but I thought of you heavily. They walked in, and Carly they both have given them. See, here's the problem, kids. And people have said this online, and you guys may agree also with me. It's too incestuous for me. I know on soaps people move around and stuff, but it's just like she and Dante have siblings in common. She was with his dad. I mean, it's just such weird. I can't get into it. I can't get into it.
The character of Sam, I think, is just kind of just fallen so far down that I don't think there's really anybody on the show that she could be in a relationship with that would get me interested in that character again. I would be like, oh, hey, great. This is great to see Sam in this relationship. I really don't care. I think maybe I'd get more interested, as I said before, if Sam was just taken off canvas for like a year and then she comes back, and maybe, same actress, maybe different actress, but maybe then I'd, with that kind of like a fresh storyline to come in on, I could get more interested in. But right now, doesn't matter who she's with, romantically, scene wise, don't care about her. She's a boat anchor, as I've always said. She's just a boat anchor.
Yes. So Sam's been everybody's dad. Sam's been around for a while, so another storyline that got a lot of attention this week. It kept going. It was a through line this whole week. It came to some kind of conclusion, I guess, on some level. Is the Sean Nicholas storyline.
Yeah, were you satisfied with that?
Sorry?
Were you satisfied with that?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I'm not unsatisfied or or the word is dissatisfied. What the words are. I'm not. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. So let's recap the really quick, folks out there. So first, Spinelli tries to capture Nicholas in some kind of lie, whatever, and it didn't work out. Using Spencer, that didn't work out. Then just him and Sean just start going at it all week, back and forth about Hayden, back and forth. But it came to this point where it's like, I'm going to take your money for a nonprofit. Okay, I just don't know what I don't, and I guess he doesn't get his life back. Obviously, he spent the time in prison. Nicholas is calling Victor like, "Hey, what happened? Like you killed Naomi." I guess I don't know. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I guess I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's tough without knowing what the Hayden angle is,
right?
And what the show is interested in exploring about that. That I think it's tough to kind of play all sides of that story.
Yeah.
So I mean, what I did like is it was just a straight up talk. It's like, well, I've never confessed to anything. You don't have any proof, and it's you as an ex-con, your word against mine. So without anything to prove, what do you got?
Well, Nicholas brought up a good point. At one point, we said, "Now let's not forget why you confessed, because you thought you did, because Sonny had hired you." I mean, like it was a whole like. Yeah, I remember. I'm glad he kind of brought that up. It was kind of like, and people in chat room were like, "Yeah, very strange scenes." It was kind of like I'm not upset about him or not bad. I mean, it was like seeing Sean do his thing is great. Seeing him on screen is great. Everything, but it's kind of like I don't. I mean, because Hayden is still out there somewhere. So it's like, is she coming back? Is she not coming? Is she dead? Is she not? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. So I feel like I'm like, I just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, and it was good that Nicholas at least told Sean it's like Hayden knows. So, right. If you're trying to, do something to kind of, save the day for her, she already knows what went down. Like
Molina, Jean Lewis just said, the moment Sean realized that Hayden has known for a while, took a lot of the win out of his sales. I know, yeah. Yeah. I mean, because Hayden was against him too, so let him sit there too. Just something to answer for.
I mean, I guess the nonprofit is good, depending on how they want to play the Alexis thing. It gives her something to do since she doesn't have her law license anymore.
Well, she got pardoned.
Yeah, so I guess you have to have something for her to do when she gets out. So
he asked her to be administrator. So
yeah,
guess we'll see. I mean, I don't know, but so I guess Sean's staying around. I hope, folks. I'm saying it. The timestamp. Let me get my bell, please. Ready? A little bell. I want Sean and Alexis together.
You may as well. I mean, you may as well go revisit that because I mean, what other options do you really have? So I'm down. I'm down for that.
He's down for it, folks. He's down for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. And I mean, I guess Sean, in addition to doing that nonprofit, is also going to try to track down the person that actually pulled the trigger for Hayden. So who knows where that goes?
Yep. I mean, that's the.
I mean, because I can't even remember. I mean, I guess we saw the shooter that Nicholas hired. I mean, I can't remember what he looks like.
I can't remember either. I don't know.
So it could be anybody. You could just bring in for that.
Yes, anything. Another interesting scene. So I was like, oh, okay. Ava, Trina, and Ned. You never see Ned and Ava together ever. I was like, wow, that's just kind of interesting pairing. That they're just kind of for this whole thing about Olivia was kind of like they're never together.
Yeah.
But Frank, okay, you and I are in media. We've been doing this for a long time. I have some connections here and there in Hollywood. I mean, some of you here and there. So I'm wondering how a college student who's a nobody can get the big time photographer to come to Port Charles, New York. I mean, it's so far-fetched. I just had to laugh.
This scene felt very much to me like the Shriners Hospital for Kids, where we're just going to keep plugging this artist and the project and the work. It's it's just a nice bit of like the Disney synergy coming in a play. Hey, we're going to be plugging him. And we'll
they
see.
said it like his name 20 times, right? They said like 20 times, didn't they?
Yeah, and everybody loving his pictures. I mean, we never get to see them, but
No,
everybody else got a, Ned, Ava, Olivia, or not Olivia,
no.
Tina. Yeah, they all got to take a peek. So, all right, cool. So I guess we'll see him for a one-off cameo in a few weeks, and he'll be in for his little bit of synergy.
Yes.
And I guess then maybe we'll see some stuff in the gallery of all these great photos.
And Ned's underwriting it. So I like that. Because he has money. He's a quarterback. He has money. And he bought it. But meanwhile, the scenes that made me laugh, Robert and Olivia. She was so drunk. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought she was drunk. And I was like, it was funny. And he was trying to fight her. He was trying to just be kind to her. But then she went in for a kiss.
Yeah, I mean, addressing what everybody's been talking about for the longest time, for sure. So you address that. It is interesting what the show is doing with Ned and Olivia. I mean, you got to put them through some rough patches, for sure. I mean, that's what the genre is all about. But it's just, I mean, it's all laced in with, I guess, the root of it is just Olivia's inability to admit that there's an issue with Leo.
Yep.
And that is just, and it gets, those scenes get so frustrating to watch.
And like she said, it's been a year though. They've been estranged for a year. So it's almost like shit a girl off the pot. Like what are we going to do with them? I mean, it's like put her Robert. I'm ready. I like them together. I like it. Why not? And Ned punches him, of course. Whatever, blah blah. That's the macho thing. But I kind of like them together. Why not?
Yes, I do like that because, of course, I like to see my boy Robert. Because I mean, certainly Jackie Templeton. She's not. Where is she at?
Where is she at? Yeah.
I mean, at one point it seemed like he had his option for Olivia, maybe Jackie.
Yeah.
No, he's got nothing right now. So yes, I like that because my boy Robert, awesome. Yeah, let's have a relationship. But there's something about just wanting to see like the quartermaid, the new Ned and Lila, or Edward and Lila of the quartermaids, and me always kind of thinking maybe they're trying to put Olivia like that. So for that reason, I'd want to see them still stay together.
But it could be a triangle. Why not? And make Ned and Olivia an endgame, or maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it should be Olivia and Robert. She likes or she goes and it's a little too exciting for her. She wants to be home, stable, with the family. I mean, I love to see Olivia explore that a little bit. I would have no problem with
that. Yeah, no, that's true. I guess the frustrating part is that neither Ned nor Robert are actors that are regulars on the show. So it doesn't matter. Like whichever one she's with, we're not going to see much of that relationship on screen.
Oh, another thing, I love that every chick on the show is telling Carly, if I was you, bitch, I'd be like, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but she's like, if I was you, bitch, I'd be coming at me. And even Elizabeth got into the action of like agreeing with Carly. Carly, if I were you, I'm like, and Carly's like, wait a minute, I would have thought you would have done something else. She's like, well, you would have thought wrong, bitch. I'm like, I would have went after make sure my family. I was like, she said it. Olivia said it several times to Carly. It's like, okay, Carly. We get it. Carly get
that. One quick to go back for one hot second. What did you think of the painting that Ned did get Olivia?
I was trying to avoid that, but since you want to go back and talk about that, I guess we should. Okay.
How to becoming artist, James? How to becoming artist?
It's a dog, I guess. Not symmetrical. It's a dog off to the side. And I'd rather go for the egg salad sandwich myself. That plane, I would have went for that one. We'd have the rebel. So,
and it was much bigger than I thought because the way that Ava described it to Ned is like a small little painting for the office, and then Ned comes trucking in with this big thing, and then it's that. I'm like, all right, okay.
Frank's here for it. I'm not.
I never knew that. Have we seen that Olivia's like a huge dog person? Like, is that the reason that
we never seen her dog?
So it's just like that. Okay.
She starts crying though. I'm like, why are you crying? But it's not like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it like a childhood dog that she had, like that color or something?
They didn't explain, Frank. They didn't explain shit. They didn't say nothing. They They left us with that, and then they went on to those. That was it.
There you go.
Kids, I don't know. Yes, she cried because it was ugly. I know, kids.
It's just now I got to carry this thing around with me.
Abstract dog. Yeah, I know. Pretty much. I'm like, I was trying to avoid that, but Frank wanted to talk about it.
Of course, you have to. I mean, that was such a talked about object. We got to.
And I'm sorry. Okay, so the folks, whoever drew that, I'm not attacking your prowess as a paintbrush. I'm just like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been nice if that would have had at least like some connection that we have known about Ned and Olivia.
Oh, here it is, Frank. You and I are dummies. Here it is.
All right.
The chatter was telling us that Olivia loves animals. Someone posted a clip of her watching ASPCA commercials. She drunk called Animal Helplines because she saw a commercial and felt bad. That sounds familiar, I think, actually, from a few years ago. Did Olivia once have a vision about a dog? I don't know.
Yes, I mean, I know she loves animals. Yes, that was stated. But was there particular for that? I mean, it could have been a cat. It could have been a duck. It could have been a cow. Yeah. Was there any reason that it was, half of a white pup? Who knows?
Another moment that made me baffled. Sorry, kids. These are moments. See, okay, so folks, I watched the show. I'm excited to watch it. I sit down and they give me these moments that make me question my sanity. I just want to make sure. So please forgive me when I'm like rolling my eyes talking about these stories. Because some of them just like, really? I've never in my entire life, and I've been around 52 years, seen someone have a shopping spree at a gift shop, hospital gift shop. The sight of Gladys with all those bags and so proud of herself for using the Quartermain credit card at the gift shop.
Yeah, you're so excited to have access to some cash. Can't wait. Got to spend it immediately. And I know that the PC hospital has got the best.
Like
the
what?
Best.
What do they have in there, Frank? What I mean, hospital gift shops have cards, maybe some figurines, some kind of books.
Fresh imported chocolates from France, perhaps. A special bubbling, a delicious fruity seltzer imported from somewhere. I don't know. That's just Gladys is just a buffoon. She's just a buffoon, and I know you love her, but she's the pits. She's absolutely the pits.
And Kelly said, Kelly Palmer said, and they're saying they're pricey items. I know. Oh, Pete gave me stuffed animals. They're always in there, I guess. Balloons. I mean, Yeah. Max updates. She hates Raw. I love it. On this show, he hates her. I love her. I'm becoming friendly with Bonnie Burrows. She's really funny. She watches our show sometimes. She loves being Frank. Super hilarious. The character of Gladys completely is polarizing. It's completely polarizing. It's a polarizing character, and I just love it because she's a side character who comes on and annoys the shit out of everybody. I love it. That's what she does. Even her and Austin at the bar. Another interesting pairing, like Austin and her. Like, it's interesting. But literally, it's only a way for him to get information. He's going to, Frank, tell what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
Oh, I mean, of course, he's going to find out. He's going to pump, her full of booze until Gladys spills the beans. And then he's got something there in Brooklyn, and he's going to blow it up.
Yep. But poor Maxie, that's the whole thing. It's not really about Brooklyn. See, Brooklyn's acting out. Maxie's the one who's now all scared.
Yes. I mean, Austin's just waiting to be able to damage and going about it this way, has no idea that it's going to blow up Maxie's life as well. So,
no idea. But he's salivating. He wants to find out what she knows.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, every time Gladys walks away, he's just looking and he's just like, I got to get that info. I got to get that sweet info. And I just don't understand is she's such a buffoon that even when she gets into where she wants to get to, which is Valentine's room, She still can't do anything.
Nope.
I mean, that scene was just ridiculous. I mean, it was so long and went nowhere.
Maxie had enough time to go through the whole hospital and get to her before she could say anything.
Yeah. I mean, and just, should rather just, I want to keep putting the stuffed animal in your face. Look at this stuffed animal. Don't give it to your daughters. Oh, but I have really important information to you, but don't give the stuffed animal to your daughter. Just awful. It's just, I mean, and certainly for logistical reasons, yes, they got to draw this story out, so they got to give you these false feelings of jeopardy, which I'm fine with. That it's part of the genre as well. You want to make it seem like the secret's going to be revealed, but just please at least write it decently. It's just, that's all I ask. Is like, yeah, you can get excited if you're going to drag out information and tease me, but just write it well. Just write it well.
That's all he's asking.
Yes. It's just like, come on. There's no reason that there's no human being that would sit there who's been dying to be able to blow up Brooklyn to then go like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go. Say bye.
Yeah. So she was at the bar. I love that she was like, I was so scared. No, Joey Nabbit she overplayed that, of course. And I got, oh yeah, when Valentine asked Glass to get that bear out of his face, that was funny. He looked like Glass, like, why are you here? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? To look at her, like, excuse me. She just burrows her way in. I love it. I do. I love it.
Well, I even like that Charlotte was like, Father, who is this woman? Who is this?
Right. She's all like, picking me. Can I call you Val? I mean, she's so obnoxious. She's so obnoxious.
She's.
I love her. So that's who's gonna come out. I mean, Austin's gonna have something, as you said. He's gonna find out.
But I did like, at least, I'm sure that things are gonna get twisted around. But for that scene there in the Metro Court when it was initially kind of blowing up with Gladys using the company card, when Maxie just just shut it down right there, I was like, yes, that's how you deal with somebody that is that bonkers.
Yes.
There's just no reason that you would let a human being acting like that keep going. You would put the brakes on it like that.
Meanwhile, the Savoy, Olivia sees Austin and has to get it. And he's like, bye. He walks away and she follows him.
Oh, of course. Olivia just this guy, just wants to keep pushing. And it's like, I know I gave up my claim. So, I got no other agenda.
The baby story is dragging on too long.
It is. I mean, and you just know, given what we saw in Greece, that of course it has to keep going so that Peter can find out what the real deal is. It has to.
Another thing that had me laughing. I'm moving all around, folks, as I just can. Another one I'm laughing about. John Lindstrom gets points for just being in the background. Ryan just there. Every scene Alexis he's just in the background.
What an easy day for him. What an easy day.
Yeah. Right. So he's like,
yeah, he got his full rate.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was in all those scenes, just sitting in the background.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love it. Yeah. And I mean, I guess it seems that, I don't know, people are saying Esme could be his daughter, or is she just a devoted acolyte to Ryan? I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, I don't know either. I thought I knew also, but I don't know either.
Yeah. But whatever it is, I mean, heck yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, me too. Well, she's like, I told you I'd be back. He's like, I said, he can't blink fast enough. He's like, get this bitch out of here. He's like, this bitch is crazy. I want her out of here. She's psycho. Mm-hmm. And Harmony is on to her too. Harmony's looking at her like, yeah, you crazy bitch.
I like that. I also like that Ava is on tour, even though she said like, all right, we can start over, but just know this is a one-time deal. And you do something again. Oh yeah.
But credit. Esme is playing it. I'm like, Josh, don't fall for it. Keep it resolved. She's playing onto Josh and Cam's insecurities of not having sex yet.
Ay. That's just,
That's the plot point now, Frank.
Just and the way she just kind of like bounces back and forth and just will just hop in to interrupt people and just get into the conversation just to stir the pot. Ugh, boy.
I mean, the actress doing some good.
Yeah.
She's very annoying, and I'm like, Josh, don't fall for it. So far, Josh is keeping her resolve. Like, don't fall for it. And what's with this whole go away for a trip? I'm like, this is like a scary movie. Sorry.
Yes. No. There's no way. Do not go away with. I mean, Spencer, sure, but if you're gonna bring Esme in the mix, no, there's no reason. I would not trust going anywhere around that lady.
You know. Oh, and so Ryan's out there just sitting there. I say it's like that's what he's getting paid to do. He's getting paid to be one half of the twin, and the other one's just. I mean, it's genius.
Yeah.
Come to work, sit in a chair. I love it. That's attention to detail, you guys. Attention to detail. Okay, so the last part of the brigade that's over there, Britt and Jason swim over to Cast Iron Island.
All right, now I was looking at that. I was starting to think, like,
Yes,
is that the pool set that they just kind of redecorated?
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, neither could I. I was like, I was trying to see about that. But hey, yeah, all right. I mean, I was down for all that. I mean, I was fine with all those scenes. It's, I mean, the one thing you want to do with Jason is you put him in a scene with a bad guy because he's quick on the trigger. This was one time where he could not be. So,
right.
But I thought they set it up well as to why he wouldn't.
Yes. You know, I want Peter gone with all of my being. In essence, I want him gone. You know, I'm tired of him being around. I'm tired of him. But I know some folks are getting mad because they're like, "Don't make Jason the hero again," right?
Yeah.
Don't make him the hero. Make him the hero. But turns out, is Drew faking it?
I want to hope so because you have to give him some chance to be able to have some redemption for himself, and you know the fact that it's a kid playing on scout. So I want to believe that yes, and I'm just waiting to see how long he's willing to go along with what Peter wants, and then until he shows his hand. So that's what I hope, and so I feel like I'll be curious to see what he's waiting for to reveal himself, if that's indeed the case.
Yeah, I just got missed. Yeah, it's like, okay, Peter can't go until he kills Nina. Yes, and Britt harpooned her own mother.
Yes, that was great. Great.
There's some vital organs, though.
But hey, great that you got to push it through. Got to push it through.
She did too. She's like, just do it, girl. Just do it. She's a woman. She's a true woman.
Yes.
Pain tolerance. Oh my goodness.
But it was interesting because I know as much as you've talked about, especially how you don't want Britt with Jason. And Britt is, it was even saying that to her mother. It's like, no, I'm not going to be second to anybody. That Obrecht's response is like, I don't know, when you're in a situation like this,
yes,
it's tough. It's tough to hold your resolve in situations like that.
Yeah. Let's see.
So, would you think that the show would try to go back down that road again?
I hope not. I don't know. I mean, this show is so unpredictable. I mean, like sometimes it's not predictable. Sometimes somebody like they could. I don't want them to. I think they could. I feel like that's the whole point. She's being a strong woman. Screw this, and I don't need that. And also, people were saying Drew and her. They're saying that possibly.
I'm down for that. I mean, especially if you've written Jason into this kind of corner, where he could never be in a relationship with anybody because of the Carly dynamic, then yeah, let's put Drew and her together. Let's do it.
Well, there are the rumors. We don't usually report on rumor and gossip.
Well, please do.
Of course, do. But major rumors are that Steve Burton and Inga Rademacher are out.
Wait, what?
That's allegedly due to the vaccine, due to the vaccine mandates. General Hospital is the only soap requiring to be all vaccinated to be there. I
Yeah.
know Frank's voice, and Frank is surprised.
Wow. Holy schnickies. I mean, I did not realize Steve Burton fell into that category.
I neither. I'm very shocked. And apparently, he's always been nice to me when I've met him and everything. So I'm not. So I'm just. This is what I'm hearing and seeing. He had an event he posted on Twitter. Took it down a few hours later. Igor Radmacher, of course, has been very openly anti-vax, he wants choice. He doesn't want anti-mandate. So, and that's Lee Grom run her mouth about the whole thing and praising Geraldo being the only soap that actually now is doing the mandate thing. The other soaps have testing and stuff, but that's the only one.
Wow. I just thought when Steve Burton got diagnosed that it was a breakthrough case. So to see that it's due to something like that.
So what does that mean for Jason?
Man.
So I'm just saying. The actors are not saying anything yet. No one has spoken. It's all allegedly that we've heard. So I don't know.
Ugh, boy. Boy. Okay, this is interesting. I would hate to see it go in that direction, and I hope that people have a change in thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I guess. Wow, because I know the government has kind of said January 4th, they're kind of really cracking down on everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's if ABC is kind of using that as a final drop dead, or if it's now.
I don't know.
Oh boy, that's a bummer. That is a huge bummer.
I know. I'm like, yeah, there's a picture of Ego circling around right now that he posted. So yeah, so it depends on what's going to be happening with them, actually.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
We had some great Vanna scenes. Naomi Vanna White. I'm talking Valentine and Anna, and then of course Victor coming in. Fun stuff. I mean, they're growing closer. He wants to fight. Him and Victor back and forth. Great scene. There's some good scenes.
No, I like that. I mean, again, I'm waiting to see what they're going to do with Victor, because he still seems kind of a buffoonish to me, and so I'm waiting to see the true Cassadine stuff come out. But I'm glad that they connected the dots definitively between Nicholas and Victor. So yes. How that what all that is as well. But it also seems weird to me then, like what Victor's agenda is, because if he's helping out Nicholas, but his son, he wants to make sure he gets the rightful the rightful title of Cassadine and heir. I don't know what Victor's...
Well, remember, he said there's something else out there. There's something else. He said he's holding on to. That's why he's not telling everything. There's something else he's holding on to.
And he can't do it if he's locked away. He's got to be out.
Exactly. Charles, Charles, I think he's a good job. But it's just completely this. He's holding on to something. There's something else going on, obviously. He said he's against Peter, but he can't do anything.
And I mean, I see no reason to doubt that he's Valentine's father. I don't see why what the show would benefit from kind of putting up a him not being.
Yeah, I agree.
Another thing though, as we're talking about Anna and Valentine, I mean, it kind of tangential, but the scenes of like Brooklyn and Charlotte, where you look at Charlotte, it's just searching for like a permanent mother figure in her life. I mean, her real mother, she's wherever Valentine stashed her away, whoever that is. Then you've got Nina, which given everything that's going on, they really haven't had much connection, but she's really been like connecting to Brooklyn. So I mean, when that all blows up, I feel bad for Charlotte. She's certainly got a rock steady father, but for a girl who also would love to have a mom side of that, I feel bad that she keeps being surrounded by maternal figures that end up not sticking around.
Well, what's funny is it's really funny that also there's characters who aren't here. There are characters who aren't on the canvas. There's always there's things that are not fully connecting on screen, because there are things that are not. There are things kind of left open-ended. You're like, okay, they handle it for a little bit, and then they go away, and they come back. It's just kind of, some of the stuff is kind of weird. it's just a little weird to me, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I want Victor to stay around. I'd love to see him try to take the head of the Castline family, of course, and fight with Nicholas and Spencer and Valentine in the mix. I'd love to have some Castline drama. I'd love that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Laura comes back, which I'm hoping is sometime in the next month or so.
She's on vacation, bitches. You don't have time for you people.
Yeah, I mean, so far we haven't seen any announcements about her returning to set yet. So
because she relaxing. That's why she's like, I think I'm taking the whole rest of the summer fall off.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have her around right now while the Spencer stuff is kind of blowing up.
Oh yeah,
she'll still have her time to lay in on.
Oh, she will. Oh, she will. Oh no, she will. Let's see. So right now, Drew has Britta and Homegirl, and Peter has Jason. He's captured. So I wonder what's next.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Peter's after Obrecht to try to mind control Maxie, which seems so preposterous.
Yeah,
and I like that Liesel was like, "There's no way she's going to believe that me coming to her saying that you're a good guy. She's never going to believe that.
Never."
So what are you thinking? Clearly, Peter is, he's rapidly running out of options.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that the reveal of that Maxie really had the baby and lied to him about it is going to be the thing that might change it from I need to get Maxie, convince her to be with me and together as a family. It's like, nope, I just I can easily eliminate Maxie and just keep this child all to myself.
Oh, it's just so. And then you got Alexis, who's pleading with both her nephews to not be Cassadines, basically. Don't give in.
Yeah,
don't give in.
I liked the scene between Nicholas and Alexis.
Oh yeah.
Where she was just holding his feet to the fire, and just every evasion was just like, you may not have said it to me, but trust me, you've said it to me. That I know what you've done. Yeah, and Nicholas, it was interesting, just that scene where it's like, yeah, hey, if something were to happen though, my influence with the governor, I mean, it would simply disappear. Just that he was just holding that over Alexis. Oh, I did like that scene. And so I feel like this Nicholas, I know people have been kind of like, but I've been enjoying him.
I like him. Oh, Dolores L. So can I have a special request from Frank?
Oh, all right.
Oh my God, this is so funny. He didn't do this when I was on the show. He did this after. Oh, no, wait a minute. Did you do a few towards the end? I can't remember. They're asking for a rap. You did a lot at the beginning where we used to play the music at AfterBuzz.
Yes.
Well, AfterBuzz is dead. We don't got that music, so we don't do that.
Yes. Boy, yes. My gosh, it has been a while since I've put on those great rap of mine to really let it go.
I forgot about that, Frank. That's a piece of history. I forgot about that. You did do those little raps at the beginning. But I was like, because the music dictated it. He was going along with the music.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can listen to that intro. You just got to do something.
I know, that's so funny. I totally forgot about that. Oh my God, something about that. Thanks.
It's a GH after. Yeah, I remember that. Boy, that was good times. Good times.
Yeah,
I think my hype man Carla Renata with me if I'm going to do that.
So. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And she was starring on stage on something recently, so she's out there doing her thing right now. But Alexis told Spencer at the end, "Don't be like the rest of the family."
All right. I'm curious. What do you think of the Spencer scenes?
I like the guy who plays Spencer. I like Nicholas Shea. He's finally grown on me. These scenes this week, his scenes with Trina, love him. Trina is down home up front with him, calls him out. He's playing this spoiled brat who doesn't know how to be earnest very well, actually. Like he's playing it really well. He's a spoiled brat. But he was whining about, I can't go out, I can't get anything, I can't order food to eat. And Richard was like, this MFer, like really? Her face was like, and she went off on like that's so him. Like he doesn't know anything else.
I did enjoy that she had his number in terms of like, you only came back here with Ava
money.
To fool her to get that money. So I did like that. The only part that didn't quite land for me was when Nicholas and Ava show up and he says, "I'm no longer your son." I don't know. That seemed like too much of a jump from where he was at. I thought with Trina,
Yeah.
it seemed too quick to escalate to that point. And I don't know. How did you feel about that? Did it feel?
I agree. It was kind of like, okay, so now I guess enough talking with Esme and everybody, because his motive was first was like, she's not gonna we want to be around somebody who's broke. But that speech was, he tried to sell it. He tried to sell it. They actually tried to sell it. I give it to him. Yeah. I don't be the prince anymore. I'm not your son. Blah blah. I don't know. You're right. It's awkward. It's weird.
Yeah, because I guess it's also wrapped up in him finding out that Nicholas, without actually confessing to it, but pretty much says that yes, I hired a guy to shoot Hayden. So yep. I guess mixed up with that too. It was interesting because he knew that, then went to the gallery to still try to get the money from Ava. Then Trina kind of really gives him the talking to, which I enjoyed that scene. To then ramp up to, I'm no longer your son. Right. Sorry, Nicholas. Calling your dad Nicholas by his first name, always, your symbol of like, you're no longer my father because I've called you by your first name.
Yes.
I see where they're going. I just don't know. I don't think the story the points kind of flowed to get to that scene.
Yeah, I can't agree with you, but I think it's I can't agree with you. Something else. But I like Spencer. I think I play Spencer. I'm liking him more and more. And I really do like him with Ava. I like him with Trina. I do like him with those two.
Yeah,
I do. So Sam fills in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's just. I know Nicholas has Spencer has his reasons for why he doesn't like Ava. But boy, I just feel like you're investing a lot of energy that isn't really there, because Ava's not out to. We haven't seen anything from Ava trying to be duplicitous in terms of Spencer.
Nope.
So it's just like, if you could just, get over yourself for a hot second, Spencer, you could actually have a really great relationship with Ava.
Yeah. So now he's going the route of, I'm poor martyr. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm going to get more burns from trying to pull my own for pulling espressos. Oh.
Yeah. So that speech was a little awkward. I agree with you on that. It was a little awkward. So, but apparently that's where he wants to go. Apparently they really just don't want them together. I said Alexis is paroled, so that should be interesting.
Do you think that, because I know Ava was very curious about what was going on between Nicholas and Sean.
Yeah.
And it seemed like Nicholas at the end of the week, he said, I'll tell you, let's go someplace quiet and I'll tell you what's really going on after I make this phone call. I'll be curious do you think Nicholas comes clean with everything?
He might. The thing is, him and Ava do tell each other about their lives. They are very honest. I would love it if he was honest with her. I'd love to say, here's the deal.
True.
Right.
Ava killed Connie. That's always there. So she, I think she understands that you can, in the past, have done unsavory things and still, try to become a better person out of it.
Right. It's Again, it's so weird because you have these things that are kind of off screen, things that we don't know, we're not sure about, things that are not solidified in these storylines. You're like, what are they doing? So hopefully they'll start piecing, like you said, piecing it all together. And so we can kind of go, okay, this is what their motive is, what their motive is. But I want to really see like why. I said with Trina and Spencer, I think Spencer really likes Trina. He likes her, but he's stuck in a situation. It's like a situation.
Because I feel like things have to blow. Well, whatever the real deal is between Esme and Ryan. I feel like that's the fallout from that will be Spencer kind of trying to get away from Esme. Whether she lets him get away from her, I don't know.
I don't either. Well, Esme set her sights on Cam a little bit.
Oh boy. Ugh. Well,
yes.
Do you think there's anything because she's genuinely, kind of interested, and she just wants to hurt Jocelyn? Or it can be both.
I need both. I actually kind of likes Cameron. Cameron's cute or whatever. I think she kind of likes him. You know, she's not rich or anything, but it's kind of like that thing of where at first you're trying to get on your rival, but then you kind of go, well, maybe it's kind of nice. But Josh, I'm like, Josh, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. So far, she hasn't. But she's thinking about it because of the whole sex thing.
Oh, of course. Which, I don't know if I need to know Esme and Spencer as sexual beings. Whoa.
And apparently, they want you to know. They want you to know that.
Yeah.
There's a chance to get when they're kind of kissing and interrupted. She come over. It's Elizabeth's birthday. She's going out with friends. The boys will be at a sleepover.
Oh, of course. Then let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Like they should have sex. I think that's everything that I can think of. I'm trying to think. Okay, so Maxie and Brooklyn and Chase. Maxie and Brooklyn are trying to find out a way to keep it all together. They're becoming good friends. I mean, they're becoming closer and closer. Had a little hand holding and stuff. They're bonding. Chase and Brooklyn, of course, we love them together. So Chase is ready to get off that desk duty. He's ready to get out there, and get back to work.
No, I mean, and everybody kind of, I feel like, commented on the way that Chase kind of leaned in and gave her that kiss on the cheek as he left the Metro Court. Like, hello, all right.
I know. I'm like, all right. I like them together, so I have no problem with them whatsoever.
I mean, it seems like the plan would be that. I mean, I guess they have to bring Chase into the fold, is tell Chase the whole truth, and then say, "Hey, can you say you slept with Brooklyn, and you're really the father of Bailey?" It seems like that's the way they're going to play it. And I think but the only way that Chase goes along with it is they bring him in and tell him the whole deal. I don't think he would go along with it not knowing that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's there's so many just variables out there, of course. But I do like Chase and Brooklyn together. Even though I Chase and Max together too, but that's not gonna happen. And I just wonder if Peter's gonna get back to Port Charles.
He's got to. I mean, and I still have not. I mean, because they said the nurses' ball is going to happen in the fall.
Yes.
I mean, we're heading to winter times, everybody.
I know.
We have not seen any scenes of Lucy going around trying to hit up donors. There have been none of those scenes yet. So I have no idea when they're planning on this.
Okay, so I was going to mention this because he's a friend of the show and a friend of mine, but P.I. Poker spits it 10 times in the chat room, so I'm going to mention it now because it actually makes sense to the storyline. Curtis was making Savoy the hottest place for people, performing. Fido Xavier, the longtime GH director, will be playing his music at the Savoy on Thursday, on the 11th. So it's going to be actually, he posted pictures. I told him congratulations. Because you guys didn't know this, Fido has albums out. He's a total musician on the side. And so, yeah.
Look at that. I mean, I did like that. That scene between Curtis, Carly, and Olivia, where they're, complimenting the Savoy, and Curtis like, yes. Oh, I'm just getting started. Oh, all right.
Frankie's just getting started, Frank. Get ready.
All right.
Get ready. Just getting started. You just getting started.
Great.
International accents. There'll be some accent there. And we get in there.
Do you think anything comes out of? I mean, we see Joey Novak get shellacked. All his holdings are taken by Sonny, but before that, he was all about wanting to get back at the Savoy before he got a shellacking.
Yeah.
And of course, Dante comes over and says, "Hey, Joey Novak's just one guy, and when one guy comes, other people can come."
Yeah.
Do you foresee opening up more of that where Curtis is going to be targeted by organized crime?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they always want to have a club. I mean, the old days, it was Luke's Disco, and then it was, I just feel like that's, because the Kellys and that's all family-oriented stuff. Metro Courts had some stuff there too, but I feel like they're going to, for mob stuff, they're going to do that.
All right. Okay, Curtis.
I don't want it. But that's where they're going to go, I think. I don't want it. I'm not a big fan of mob stuff. I'm just not a big fan of mob stuff. I'm not. Never have been, never will be. But I know it's part of it. That's what Sonny does. I totally get it.
But it's also like now that you've kind of neutralized Renault, it's like,
the Novaks
and the Novaks.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it also makes me think that then what else do you do with Sonny, Jason, and Carly? I mean, you need to get something to kind of stir the pot. I mean, other than I guess what the real deal is, Nina. There's not really much else. So
right. But the whole thing is, we also got Mrs. Wu out there. Who they owe her something. She's out there still. So there's only what 3 families left, or
that's it.
4, I guess. Yeah, if 2 have been neutralized. So and Sonny wants that monopoly. He wants Park Place and he wants St. Charles Avenue. He wants it all. He wants
Except for the Sakaras to come back. Except for the Sakaras to come back.
Yes. And I'd love them to come back. And meanwhile, I have to get points. Ava did try to when she went when her and Nicholas were talking, like, sorry, I heard what happened. I mean, so do you think you're still the right family and safe to have Avery? She had a little dig in there.
Yes.
A little dig. But then he had dig too about going to counseling with it. I was like, there you go. So yeah.
And I did like even Nicholas was like, oh yeah, but Sonny's right about Spencer.
Yes, he did. He's like, yeah, he's right. He's like, it was like, what? He's like, he's right. It's a mess. Spencer's like a mess. Oh my God, it's crazy. So I had to laugh at that too. I thought it was kind of funny. He was like, yeah, wait, no. It's right. He saw his son's a mess. His son's a mess. I'm really curious how the storyline goes. I'm actually liking the teen set. Actually, I usually don't like the teen set. I should say a young adult set. I'm liking it so far. I think it's very interesting so far. As some adults.
Yeah, well, and it's also interesting. Like with the Nicholas storyline, I was thinking that it was going to be a legal kind of matter, but now it just seems that Nicholas has been crafted to get out of that. It's just you're going to watch all the personal relationships that crumble because of what he did with him. So,
oh yeah, Alcazar, bring him back. Bring the Alcazar.
Oh yes,
I would love that. But Ted Kingman now is on both of you for right now, so he's busy over there.
He gets Sky back as well.
Yeah, Sky. I love Sky. I wish Sky would come back. I love Sky, so I wish. But Johnny's busy as Jake DeMiro on Days of Our Lives, so he's a little busy over there. But so I have a question. At what age does Spencer control his own trust fund? I mean, he is going to be a 40-year-old man, not have control. I don't know. I keep messing. Well, Ava has control right now, so I don't know what's going to go on there. So he doesn't want to be a prince. He doesn't want the crooked money. He didn't say crooked, but I mean that's what he was basically saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. That's kind of crazy. That's it, kids. That's all we're going to talk about General Hospital. I don't want to talk anymore about General Hospital. That's all we're going to talk about right now.
That's right. James needs to take a nap. He's tired.
I take a nap. I lay down. This time change gets me every time.
And it makes my room very dark. I know
you're really dark. Oh my God! It totally got dark over there. Wow, how weird. Yes. Robert needs to find Holly. I would love David Hayward. Vincent Irizarry just made an appearance back on Days of Our Lives for Halloween, so it's very interesting. We need Hayden. There are so Marie Wilson of Days of Our Lives and Azrael Turns fame posted a picture saying people are thinking she's the new Hayden, and she just goes, So I don't know. That's all. That's all. Yes, that's what's posted. So I don't know. So that's what's going on there. So I'm just saying there's some characters that need to come back so we can actually kind of finish these stories. I want Peter gone as always. I mean, that's just
Yeah. And let's bring Jeff Weber for real this time.
Yes, and then the whole thing with that, like, just bring Jeff Weber for real. Brandon Barras is currently recovering from COVID. There you go. Okay. He had it. Yikes. Thank you for my Krista Alley interview. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. You guys, Frank Moran, if they want to like stalk you or love you, where can they follow you?
I welcome your stalking, everybody. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Happy Go Jackie.
And of course, I am James Lott Jr. Thanks for coming on. We had 50 people come in. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And I guess I should do the roll call. I usually do stuff. Dolores L., Joe Costanzo, PI public cover, AAJR72, Jason Jose, Joe Costanzo, of course, our buddies over at Max Updates GH, the mom, Dolores L, Daisy Flower 40, Pink Amy, Herd Mentality. Let's see, Annie Gorn, of course, your girl. Roller Skate Kate, which I love that name, of course. Let's see, Elusive Poet. These are the ones who are kind of answer on here. And many, and the rest. I need to say on the Gilligan's Island. And the rest are here on Gilligan's Island. I'll tell you something, folks. I've been watching GAC Family, which is a new channel that's kind of hanging there, and they're showing all the old shows that I forgot about, like Father Knows Best, Hazel. I'm like, Hazel, I was going to show in years. And Bewitched, the later years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the ones where she had a boy too. She had a little Adam. I was like, oh, okay, I remember that. Yeah, I've been watching this stuff recently, so I'm kind of stuck on the old 50s and 60s shows. It's a simpler time, Frank.
Did he have powers too, or no?
Well, I think he didn't. He didn't become a warlock. I think. I could be wrong. I'm watching it now that I'm still watching it. Right. It's on at night, so I watch it. Well, actually, it watches me, Frank. I lay in bed and watches me. Everybody, we love you guys. Thanks for making this the #1 show on my network. So very Frank and I are flabbergasted that you like listening to us or watching us. We get thousands of downloads a week, Frank, and hundreds of views. I don't understand, but we will take it. Frankly,
it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
It's my #1 show. It's my #1 show. What's going on? Oh, Adam had powers. Was he a warlock? I can't remember. I can't remember what that's. By the end of the season, by the end of that series, it was kind of working out. We had a little Tabitha. So crazy. He became a warlock. Okay, he did. Okay. Well, thanks. I just want you chatting would tell me. I remember that. Oh, and Lori C. Hi, Lori C. I didn't say your name. Everybody, stay safe. Have a great week. Great week out there. And we will see you next week with all the episodes of Jason Spotlight. If you're